Okay, it says we are live and I am headed home. This coronavirus is a mess here in this state, and we just have to pray and do our best to be safe. That's all we can do. Oops, I almost pulled out the plug. Okay, let me get on the road and we can start our chatter. See if there's anybody behind me or anybody coming, because it is so busy right now. Oh, there's a lady coming out. Let me let her go. She ain't trying to stop. She just want to go. Go ahead, lady. She got to go home and feed her chillins, I guess. I don't know what her problem is. All right. Oh, here comes another car. Okay, let's see what's going on here. All right, everybody. So, this morning I woke up and Star Image Artists Management, a BL Series production company, started a new series called The Shore. And when I first heard about it and saw the photo images, I was thinking it was going to be like a reality show, kind of similar to like the Jersey Shore. If anybody remembers the Jersey Shore, I might be dating myself at this point. But that's what the first thing came to my mind. I was like, oh, this is going to be something cheesy and a bunch of guys flexing their muscles and snooky and all that kind of like, but Filipino style. So I was prepping myself for something like that. And it turned out to be an actual kind of like drama style episode, and it surprised me because I was like, oh, it's not a reality TV show style thing. Because I watched Pogi, and Pogi was just so cute, and it was a BL series from the Philippines. I don't know if that's Star Image. I think that is theirs too, and it made me laugh because it was just so funny, but it was almost like kind of reality style, but it wasn't. It was kind of, I guess, a comedy drama, I guess. I don't know. And since that storm, I haven't seen any more of the Pogie, so I guess it's on hiatus for now. I hope that the however many episodes or whatever didn't get ruined from the water, because that house that they film out of and the location shoots was underwater. Like the storm that hit, that typhoon that hit over there, damaged a lot of the equipment and stuff at the studio. And they had posted a video and everything showing how like everything was destroyed. So, Lord Jesus, Mother Nature, calm down. So back to the shore. So when it opens up, you see this guy, he's all upset and distraught, crying and going on. And right away, I'm like, okay, something's going on with this dude. Like, who's got him upset? So they start doing flashes of his girlfriend and him. She's obviously have cheated on him or had an affair that he didn't know about. And he's just like, forget it. I'm done. I'm getting out of here. I'm packing my bags. I've got to get away from you. Like, you go do you, and I'm fixing to get out of here. And he gets in his car. He's crying and crying and crying and crying. You see him driving out of the city, and he's getting further and further, like into like kind of rural areas of the Philippines. And then before you know it, he's on like a shoreline at a hotel resort, just in tears, distraught over this girl. And I'm like, well, what did she do? Like, because it didn't really come out and say what happened. It's just that it was something between him and her. And the people who work in the hotel were like very young, like they look like LGBT people type kids to me. But I'm not sure. It could be very well have been, I don't know, because I get very confused sometimes with certain looks on people. So the person who was like the the giving out the keys to the hotel and all of that was very flamboyant and over the top and all that and very cute. And he just didn't even seem phased by anything. Like he was just so still like in dazed out, tears still streaming down, still like flashing back to what he saw of his girlfriend, cheating on him or whatever. And they get him a hotel room for like one night, and they tell him he's got to be out by, noon or 11 or something like that. And he's like, whatever. He gets to the room, sits on the bed, he's in tears, and he's still crying and going on. It's still kind of flashing back, and then it flashes all the way back to him supposedly meeting her at a hotel room. And he walks in on her with another guy. And she's all on top of the guy, getting her lip lock on. She's kissing all on the dude. She's licking all on his chest and, all of that. And I just started like, wow, like this girl, get your freak on, get your freak on, get your freak on. And so it was a pretty steamy scene, let's just put it at that. And he dropped like his bag, like he opened the door and dropped the bag. She jumped off the bed. She's like, babe, I'm so sorry, I'm sorry. The typical, I got caught, I'm sorry, let's talk about it. And he was like, no, just go do you, I'm out. And so it flashes back to him. He gets up from the bed and he goes out to the shoreline. And he's like, while he's sitting on that bed flashing back, you can hear the news talking about a storm and everything. Like there's a storm coming and all of this stuff because he had the TV on, a radio or something. I forget which one, but it's, it's flashing a lot of the news. It's going over all the news, and it's like a long little bit, but you can hear the news kind of like in English a little bit, and it's talking about a storm. And he goes out on the shoreline and he rents a boat. Like they're telling him, well, we can't rent you a boat because it's fixing to be a storm out here. Like that's against our policy. But he pulls out a huge wad of money. It heads to the guy and says, hey, I want to be gone an hour. I'll be back in time. So he takes his behind out there on the boat. He's still flashing back to her cheating and like licking down some dude. And he's just crying and crying. And next thing you know, like he falls over in the water. Like I don't know if the storm hit him and knocked him in the water. It wasn't very clear how he ended up in the water. But somehow he ended up in the water. And then when he came to, he was sorry. I'm just messing with my hair because it's annoying me. But he wakes up on a beach shore, like in the middle of nowhere. Like he didn't know where the hell he is. He's screaming for help. Nobody can hear him because wherever he floated up to the shoreline is far away from the resort. And then so he's out there just kind of like, stunned that, he's lost. He's like, nobody knows I'm out here. Like he's just out in the middle on this beach shore. And it's really pretty, but it was like, wow, now you're in a situation. And they flash back to the beach resort, and obviously it's like been a day. So they're like, okay, it's time for that dude to check out. Can y'all go knock on his door and tell him, like, get the hell out and check his penis size? Like they're doing this like comical bit. And so he goes, and the two little dudes go, I think it's two guys, go and knock on the door, and they're like, sir. So they finally get the key, open the door. He's not there, and it flashes back to him, and he's like, I left my cell phone in the room. I hope somebody realizes that I'm lost, and it ends up going off, and I didn't really pay attention too much to the preview of the next scene, but I think in the next preview for the next episode, I don't know when they're going to drop it, hopefully tonight or tomorrow morning. It's good. Then we'll find out, hey, what's gonna happen with him. I seen a little bit of it, like the hotels is like talking about him and trying to figure out where he is and all of that. But it didn't really go into any specific direction, so we'll just have to wait and see. But when I tell you he was out there on that shore for a long time after he woke up, like there wasn't very much conversation. He was like drawing little stick figures and shit in the sand. And every time he would draw the stick figures, he started thinking about her. Then he'd get frustrated and, flustered and everything. So he's lost on the shore somewhere. And he's still flashing back to this girl, even though he's now in a situation where he could probably, if he don't get help soon, he's going to die, And so it'll be interesting to see where this series goes, because it's so different from some of the other series that I've seen coming out of the Philippines. Like, it seems like a more of a serious drama piece, and almost kind of reminds you of like, do you remember the one with Tom Hanks when he got lost at sea and he ended up somewhere on an island and he had that beach ball? It kind of gives you that kind of tea. So if that's your kind of, feel good drama, lost at sea, ends up on a desert island, have to get some survival skills real quick. He comes across as a very rich, spoiled, bratty type. So he definitely, I don't think he really has any, wildlife skills or instincts. I think he's very much, a kid with money. And so the way he got that boat, it came across as like a rich, snobby person. And so, the crabs and shit was trying to crawl up on him. He was jumping and everything. So I don't think, he's going to last too long, on a desert island with no survival skills. So I'm just saying. But it can't go in that direction, because then you won't have a movie. It'll be over real quick. So I'm hoping, he'll get found and the story will grow from there. And they haven't said who the boy was that his girlfriend cheated with, if that's her other boyfriend or lover or husband, or they didn't go in his. He was handsome, I'll tell you that. He looked, just as good as the main character, who was the one, her boyfriend. He looked a little bit better than him to me, but they both were cute. I wouldn't pass them up. But, so yeah, it's called The Shore. It's a BL series out of the Philippines. It's the first episode. It's just dropped on YouTube. So check it out. Like, it's Star Image Artists Productions. It's a production company out of the Philippines. And if you look them up or Google them, you'll see, that they've dropped the release of it, and then they've dropped the first episode, and it's really good. Like, it's, if you're into that kind of like, oceanic island, I'm distraught, I just broke up with my girlfriend, my life is over, blah, 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 blah. So that's The Shore. It's not like the Jersey Shore, anything like that. And don't forget, Star Image Artists Production Company also has Amore. So if you're not watching Amore, honey, you're missing out. It is so good. You'll have to go all the way back to the very first episode and work your way and binge watch all the way up to the current episode, because it's fixing to go down. Joey, everybody wants Joey, and Joey's boyfriend is not having it, and he's losing his shit. And I think the next episode, or the third episode that's coming up, they fixing to be Splitsville, because it's too many people trying to get Joey. That boy can't handle breakups. Like, he's a head case kind of, and I'm talking about Will. As cute as Will is, and adorable, and how much he loves Joey and all that, I don't think they're a good match. Just the way that Will is so possessive of him. And anytime you have somebody possessing out over you, it's going to be breakupville at some point. Unless you just want to be controlled, have daddy issues or something like that, which a lot of y'all out here do, And so, I just can't wait till the next episode drop. I am just on pins and needles waiting. Like, I'm jiggling inside, because I really want to see Joey end up with Jimmy. I can't see him with Nguyen. Nguyen is also another one who gets a little clingy. Joey is just, I don't know. I mean, Jimmy is just, I don't know. He's all that in a bag of chips. I think their chemistry is so much better with that baby. And, you know, Jimmy always flirts with Joey constantly, you know, and you can tell it bothers him because he likes it. Deep down, he likes all that attention. Hell, if it was me, I'd be like all over that. If that was my roommate, oh, things would have been done day one. Like, that would have been done and done. Me and Jimmy, I'd be like, I'm sorry, boo. You'll be my side piece. Listen to me. God, I'm recording this. But I'm just saying, like, you know, Amore is all that in the baggage. It's so good. And not just around them, but all the sub characters and everything. Like I've said it over and over again, they're really well-trained actors, and their characters are very believable. All the girls on the show do really good. They're all good friends. Everybody's very caring and loving and everything. And it just makes it very believable. You can just tell, like, you know, all their backstories. Some of them are heartbreaking. Joey's backstory is that, you know, his parents died when he was very young, and he's kind of like being raised by, I think, his grandmother or, you know, some pseudo person. He has a little, like, I think either stepbrother or something that he visits when he's on school break and stuff like that. Jimmy's dad left his mom. His mom was so in love with her dad that she went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and ended up like in an insane asylum. Like, she couldn't handle the breakup of his father. And Madame Tusha is the sister of Jimmy's mom. So that's Jimmy's aunt that he lives with. And Madame Tusha is a trans, like I think she's transgender for sure, because he always refers to her as he, and I'm like, the pronouns are off, but okay, whatever. And that's with Jimmy and their relationship. And so Madame Tusha's sister is the one, I guess they're very close, and so Madame Tusha takes off and goes and visits her sister and reports back to Jimmy how she's doing. The mom, when she's able to talk to him, she'll call and say hi and stuff like that, but not for very long because, you know, she's in a state, you know. And Jimmy is so devastated behind his dad leaving his mom for another woman that, you know, he's mad at the world. And I think that's how he ended up in a predicament with a baby. Well, they think it's his baby. You know, I don't know whose child that is. I think that's Will's baby. And so does the roommates in the house, apparently. And so, you know, he went out on a drunken stupor with his friends one night, and he come back, and then some girl's up and says, oh, I'm pregnant by you. We had that one night fling, and I'm pregnant. And I'm like, wow. And so the storyline just expanded, and it's just been a mess ever since. But a good mess, because it just adds to the soup of crazy. And so Amore is gonna be probably dropping another episode, I hope, before this weekend. I can't wait. Like, God, please just send me another episode so we can get to the crux of what's going on, because I really want Will out. Like, Will needs to go find his baby mama, get that child from Jimmy and Joey, because I think that's his kid, and move on with his ex-girlfriend, the one that just ran off. The girl who got pregnant, that claims she's pregnant by Joey, her name is Princess. And Princess is the sister to Joey's boss at the university, his senior or whatever, professor or whatever, the one that kissed him that day and kind of Chester molested him down, and what a mess. But that's his sister, and they don't have a good relationship. Like, she got pregnant, and he basically turned on her, and she kept calling him. He would never answer. We never knew who she was calling, but it's been revealed that she's been calling that guy who likes Joey, which is his boss, and that's his sister. And he actually, when Joey basically told him to stop it, confessed that that was his sister and please look after her. And he was like, you know, your sister's gone, like she's taken off. And so whoever wrote this, man, they really sewed everything in very knit and tight, like, you know, story wise. Everybody's, you know, for the Philippines to be as many people as it is, boy, everybody seems to know everybody, and situations seem to be sewn up pretty tight, and it happens. I mean, that's life, you know, stuff like that does really happen. But it's still really great to see it on film and play itself out in a way that you don't expect. And that's pretty much all I really want to say about Amore. Like, if you haven't started watching it, it is one of the Star Image Artists productions. And tune into it because it's really good. If you haven't seen Pogi, it's Pogi. It's very funny. It's got I don't know if she's a drag queen. I think she's a trans girl as well. She kind of centers herself around Madonna. And she's always around a bunch of boys and all that. And it's funny as hell and it's cute. And so check it out as well. I don't know like what direction that storyline's going in, if it has more to the series, but I think I saw at least 3 more Pogi yet. And it didn't say that it ended, so I don't know for sure what happened. So we'll have to wait and see. But I'm gonna stop here because I'm on my road and it's gonna cut out. So bye everybody, and thank you for listening. Bye.